Here we go. Okay, just a gentle, friendly reminder, it's recording me and not you. So we will have that available if you wish to watch this video at another point. Okay, so just for the awareness of the video, today is National Zoo Animal Awareness Day, and that is going to inspire some of our practice. All right. All right, from here, let us come to a nice, comfortable seat. So whatever that is for you today, in your chair is perfect. Letting your feet come nice and heavy to the ground. Letting your knees point forward, scooting yourself forward on your chair. Give your shoulders a moment to roll up, back, and down. Nice couple of deep breaths. Letting your body make this transition from whatever it is you were doing prior to our class to our class. Take a moment even to swallow. Remember, having some water or something to drink nearby is always a great idea. If you'd like, you can take a sip of something now to help you increase that swallowing. Often helps to soften the jaw. Hi, Wayne. Often helps just to wet the vocal cords. We will have a vocal exercise today. It's part of our practice, so. All right, so coming into your nice space, take a couple deep breaths, letting your hands rest in your lap. You can open your palms to the sky, close your palms to the earth. Take a moment just to soften and settle into your chair for a moment. So letting your feet come to the floor, your thighs rest on the chair, letting there be a nice softness to the shoulders. See if you can feel your spine getting longer. See if you can feel yourself sitting up a little bit taller. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Another nice big deep breath in through your nose and out. Two more times, just like that. Inhale gently through your nose and exhale. One nice big deep breath in through the nose. Gentle. Like to bring your hands closer to the heart, or even make a butterfly-like shape where your thumbs are together. First, extend, feel. Take a moment here just to settle onto an intention or a thought or a poem, prayer, whatever feels good to you. As you just take a moment to find your stability, find your breath. And then when you're ready, just like that butterfly, let your intention flap out. And as you do, let your arms extend and lift them and lower them just like a gentle butterfly. Letting your fingers extend long, letting your hands just take this nice big full range of motion. Big stretch, up and down. Beautiful. Now keep your arms at the top and only come about a third of the way down and go back up. So I'm lucky there's a nice big line about a third of the way on the wall behind me. Right? So you can use that as your guide as well if it helps. All right, last one. All right, take your arms all the way down and now come about a third of the way up and down. So you're coming about a third of the way up and down. And just like a little butterfly, you're just letting your arms float up and down. Both feet are nice and heavy to the floor. Good. Can you add your palms? Roll them up. Float your palms down. Good. Two more at this height. And then we'll go back to that full range. Okay, so from the ground up over your head, from your above your head down to the floor. Try that again. Up and over your head. And down. Good. One more. Nice big deep breath. All the way up. And all the way down. Beautiful. This last time, bring your hands together and then let them come back in towards your feet. Beautiful. Let your hands rest on your lap for a moment. Just let your shoulders roll back. Okay, so your fingers might slide a little bit on your lap. Just roll your shoulders around. Good. And then if you can, try to roll them forward. And if your elbows puff out a little, that's okay. If you find it easier to do one at a time, that's all right. Then once you've completed a few of those, end with a backward circle, nice and tall. Let your hands come down towards the floor, and like you were opening and closing a big peanut butter jar, open and close your fingers towards the floor. And then allow your palms to remain open, and bring your fingertips to tap your shoulders and lower them. So let your elbows get this nice big movement, real big, full lift and lower. Two more. Beautiful. Last one. Hold those fingers up. Take your elbows, let them touch, and then open them out like a little cactus. And then allow them to come and touch. And elbows wide like a cactus. Good. Let your elbows touch. And elbows nice and wide. Good. And then see if you can do a couple of circles back. And then a couple more forward. Beautiful. And then end with a nice backward circle, stretching your fingers past your ears up to the sky. From overhead, give each finger a flick, one at a time. And then all five together for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And then weave your hands gently in front of you, bringing them down, 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 and onto your lap. So stay where you are. I'm going to get a little closer so you can see my fingers here, because I'd like us to take our hands up for our starfish fingers. Okay, now I'm holding them up high so you can see them. You're welcome to keep your hands lower to your lap, but squeeze your fingers like your scissors, open wide starfish. Squeeze scissors and starfish. Scissors and starfish. One more. Scissors. Good. Hold them here. Now curl in those tops of your fingers. You're that little bear, right? Good. Hold that here. And then drop your fingers lower. Keep your thumbs out if you can. You're a clamshell. And then roll your palms up. You're holding a tiny baby bird. Good. Try it again. Open those fingers, starfish, really nice and wide. Good. Scissor them open and close a couple times. Good. And then keep them a little more narrow. Curl the fingers in. You're a bear. Yes. Drop those fingers lower. Keep your thumbs out. You're a clamshell. Beautiful. Rotate your hands. Hold the baby bird. Good. 2 more times. Stretch your fingers. Scissor them out 1 or 2 times. Hold them here. Curl your fingers. You're a bear. Lower down. You're a clam. Clamshell. Thumbs in. Give your thumbs a little wiggle. Yeah. Have you ever seen how a clam moves, by the way? They have this little foot that sticks out from underneath the shell. So pretend like you're moving a clam. Just let the thumbs move. Yeah. There you go. All right. And then roll your palms up. You're holding the baby bird. All right. Last time. Fingers spread. Scissor them out 3 times. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Curl your fingers in. You are a bear. All right. Lower your fingers. Thumbs out. Push your thumbs. You are moving like that clam. Perfect. And then roll your palms up. You're holding the baby bird. Beautiful. And then very gently bring your hands together. Give them a little rub back and forth. Good. And then open your hands back out and let your hands move in that jellyfish type movement. Okay, so you've seen the move, they kind of contract and they pull back. So you can do 1 at a time, you can do 2 at a time, you can take them over your head, you can make really big random movements, you can let your jellyfish crisscross, okay, but really kind of pull back. So it's that like you're grabbing some cotton candy off of a stick, right? Pulling back like those jellyfish. All right, last time, deep breath and release your hands. Good. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth. Exhale. 1 more time. Nice big deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. Take your right foot a tiny bit wider. Take your left foot a tiny bit wider. And leave your hands on your lap. From here, pull your belly button in towards your back. See if you can round into a little bit of a cat shape. And then press your belly button forward. You're now a cow. Mooing is optional, but you are on mute. Exhale, pull into your cat. Meowing is optional if you'd like. And then press your belly forward. You're opening up. Good. Soften the elbows. Try it again. Exhale, pulling the belly button in. And pressing forward. Nice big deep breath. Good. Two more. Or last one rather. Exhale, rounding in. And then pressing easy, gentle forward. From here, exhale, pull yourself back, walking your hands all the way back up to your hips. Take a deep breath. Both hands lift up, spine is long. Exhale, bring your hands to your left. Take your right hand, reach up like you're picking an apple. Okay, and then bring it back first to a little satchel on your hip. All right, so then take your next apple back to the satchel. Now your satchel moved to your left hip now. So bring it across your body, right? Lifting up. Take the apple twist. All right, one more. This one goes straight into your mouth. All right, release your right hand. We're going with the left one. Lift up nice and tall. Twist that apple. Bring it into the satchel on your left side. So you kind of bring it right by your hip. Lift up, maybe a little wider. Also back into the satchel on your left. Okay, now we're crossing the body. Take that left hand over to the satchel on your right side. Good. Lift up left hand, nice and twisty, and then down. All right, this one, ready? This one you get a bite. So reach up over your head, take a breath, and bring it right in front of your nose, your mouth. Awesome. And release. Good. Hands stay on the lap. Can you turn yourself into a nice little stirring or swirling? Maybe you were making applesauce. I don't know. Rolling around very gently. Feel your sit bones stay on the chair though, so make sure you're not lifting too much or leaning too much. Good. Take one more circle and then pause, reverse your direction. This does not have to be a big circle. Really small is just fine. But you're just swirling gently in this nice, easy pose. And then from here, pause in the back, sitting up nice and tall one more time. Take a big deep breath. Lift your right hand to touch the ceiling. Take your left hand to touch the ceiling. Good. Take your elbows wide into your cactus. Deep breath. And then make a small little fist and roll your wrist all the way down. Good. One more time. Inhale, left arm up tall to the sky. Right arm up tall to the sky. Good. Pull both elbows wide like a nice big cactus. Good. And then roll your wrists back. All right. Beautiful. Do you have a yoga block? If you do, please go ahead and take a hold of it. If you don't worry. You could try this with a pillow. If you like a cushion off a couch or something. If you don't have one, we'll just pretend. Okay. If you have a true yoga block, use the short edge, the area with the most amount of surface area. Put the block in your lap and then scoop it up with just your forearms. Okay, I know it's going to feel a little funky, but we are coming into what we call the dolphin pose. Okay, so roll your palms forward. And I want you to see if you can squeeze your block and hold it in place. Good. If you're just pretending, keep your forearms nice and parallel. All right. Still squeezing in a little bit. From here, lift your elbows up and down. If you're using that block, give a genuine squeeze to your block. Good. You're going to feel the muscles in the front of your body doing some work. You might even feel the muscles in your upper back doing that work. All right. So this is our dolphin pose. Lifting up and coming down. Good. Lifting up and coming down. Two more. Lifting up. Give a nice squeeze to the block if you're using one. Good. Last one. Beautiful. Place the block on your lap, or if you're using it, open the arms out and just give yourself a little bit of a stretch. Your thumbs can go up and down. You can also give yourself a hug. All right. How do we do as dolphins? Switch your elbows when you're ready. All right, here's the good news. Rarely do we ever see a dolphin by itself, right? Have you ever gone to the beach? You usually see lots and lots of dolphins. So we are going to do this one more time, our dolphin pose one more time, in honor in the fact that usually you don't just see one dolphin, and we're building some strength by doing it twice. So once is good, twice is better, right? All right, so hug your forearms in and around your block again. You are once again in your dolphin pose. You can squeeze the block and just hold it here if you'd like, or if you want, lift the elbows up and down. Good, you're keeping them nice and parallel if you don't have a block. Oh, I like that. Wait, looks like you put a ball in there. Good call. I think a dolphin would prefer a ball, actually, then they could bounce it off their bottlenoses. All right, squeezing the block in, lifting and lowering. A lot of work into the shoulders. Do you feel it? All right, last 3. Good work, good work. Last 2. Beautiful, everybody. Last one. Take your block. If you've used it, set it down. Just take a moment to open up and stretch out the front of your body. Good. You can roll your thumbs down, push your hands away a little bit. Take your left hand, make a small little C with your right hand as you bring your left hand across. See if you can give that arm a little hug to the side. You can hold the forearm. You can hold at the elbow. Just don't squeeze it, just a gentle. And then turn your chin towards your left shoulder, if that feels okay. And then gently bring your head back to center. Open your arms out nice and wide. And again, you can use your left hand by your wrist, bringing the right hand across. Maybe a little higher on the forearm. You can hold at the elbow. And then turn your gaze towards your right shoulder. Again, that nice deep breath in and out. Beautiful. And then bring your head back to center, open the arms out, and just do a little crisscross in front. So right over left, left over right, right over left, left over right, right over left, left over right. Last set, crisscrossing. Beautiful. And then relaxing your hands back down to your lap. Good. Take a moment to draw a deep breath in, hands on your lap. And as you exhale, see if you can take a little bit of a forward fold. So remember, it's just a tiny little hinge forward. Doesn't need to be anything too aggressive, unless that is comfortable for you and you can go forward a little bit more. Remember, it puts a little more pressure on the back. So if you've got glaucoma in your eyes, you want to keep your head above your heart. If you've got stenosis, if you have some osteoporosis, maybe just keeping the hands on the lap is better. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. One more time. Nice big deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Walking your hands back, or you can sweep them right back behind you. Lift up nice and tall. Big deep breath. And as you exhale, lean back into your chair. Let your feet come up. Let your hips come back a little further. Taking a moment to lift your right foot up and press it down. So I'm leaning into the chair quite a bit here. You're welcome to do that as well. If you want to challenge your core a tiny bit more, sit up a little taller, okay? Stretching your feet out, alternating sides. Keep going and rotate. All right. Last one. When you're ready, take your right foot, hold it up. Point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot, set your foot down. Switch sides. Heel comes up. Point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot. One more. Point your toes, flex your foot, set your heel down. This time, bring it up. Can you roll your toes out a little bit? And back. Good. And it can be just a little off the floor. I'm bringing mine up high so you can see what I'm doing with my foot. But yours can be just above the floor. That's perfectly fine. Good. Last one. Bring that foot down. Switching side. Left heel out. Roll your toes. Back up. Roll your toes. Back up. One more. Roll your toes. Good. And set your foot down. Right side again. Now scrunch your foot into a ball. Spread your toes as much as you can. Scrunch your toes in a ball and spread. Good, one more. And switch side. Left foot out. Scrunch them up, spread them out, scrunch them up, spread them out. Last one, scrunch them up. Good, now we're gonna add a little combo. Can you lift your right foot up and your left hand? Can you reach your right foot closer to your left hand? They don't have to touch, but move in that direction and separate. Bring them a little closer together and separate. One more, a little bit closer together and separate. Good, bring that right foot down, left hand down. Left foot comes out, right hand, so opposite. Good, bring them closer together and separate. Closer together and separate. Two more, closer together and separate. Last one, closer together and separate. Good. Left foot down, right arm. Sit up nice and tall if you have been leaning back in your chair. Take the arms out like a letter T. Open the palms and then roll those palms to the earth. Stay nice and tall. Take a breath. As you exhale, rotate just a little, bringing your left hand forward, right hand behind you. Good. Inhale back to center. Deep breath. Exhale the other way. Coming back to center. Let your arms lower down. Very gentle. Good. This time, roll your palms up. Bring them back up to the ceiling. Now, palms are facing the sky. You're still in your letter T. Work those shoulders. Here we go. Right hand forward this time as you twist. Exhale. Left hand goes back. Inhale. Come back to center. Deep breath. Exhale the opposite way. Back to center. Beautiful. Take your hands, roll your palms, release your hands down. One more time, hands on the lap. Little bit of that forward fold if you wish. Little bit deeper if that's comfortable for you. Take a moment just to soften into your breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Take your hands back behind you on your chair. Use your strong core to come all the way. All right, so can you pigeon toe your toes in? Beautiful. Can you Mary Poppins your heels together and toes out? Good. Keep the balls of your feet down. With the wider feet, can you pigeon toe those toes in again? Good. And then pull your heels Mary Poppins one more time. And then make them nice and parallel. All right, keep your left leg here, pop your right heel up, and see if you can widen that foot out a little bit towards that right side of your chair. So you can scoot your hips over, make sure you're on the angle or the corner of the chair, but you just want to make sure both sit bones are on the chair. You're not dangling one off, okay? So be centered on the chair. Take a moment to draw your fingers up by your heart. Nice big deep breath. Inhale like a rocket ship. Open those fingers up to the ceiling and then open them out wide to the height of your shoulders. Good. Bring the fingertips back. Allow your elbows to drop. I know, I feel like we are moving from the zoo to the Space Museum, but just for a moment. We'll be back to the zoo. All right, fingertips here. Soften the elbows last time. Nice big deep breath. Reach it tall. Exhale, hands back to the height of your shoulders. Good. Left hand can come to your chair or your thigh. As you roll your right hand up, gently reverse your warrior. Nice big deep breath. Over your head, can you make your peace fingers? Or today, make them bunny ears, right? Little bunny foo-foo up to the ceiling. Nice and tall. Big deep breath. Awesome. From here, sweep your hand back to your right thigh. Okay, if it feels okay, hands on the thigh, left hand in, and we're tracing some big circles around. You can tap your legs if you wish, or just a little smaller is fine. And then from here, reverse your direction. Okay, so allowing the circle to go the opposite. And then pause here, reach your fingers nice and low, like you were pulling up a big bucket of feed for the animal, and then release your hand down. Okay, so deep breath, exhale, pull big bucket of feed for the animals, and lower down. Last one. Exhale, big bucket of feed, and then just stretch your fingers onto your diagonal. Good. If it feels okay, hand can go higher. Still feels okay, it can go over. Nice to the ceiling is also just beautiful. When you're ready, let's come back to center. Beautiful. You can start to march your feet. You can run. You can wiggle those toes back to the middle. You can make yourself on the chair however you'd like, and then you can do a gentle little windshield wiper. So the knees roll in and roll out if that feels okay. All right, and then from here, right foot stays in the middle, left foot will open out of the library. Okay, so from here, you're once again moving to the left-hand corner of your chair, but you want to make sure you're really secure. Both sit bones are nice and heavy to the chair. Toes point away. Fingertips come in towards the heart. Nice big deep breath. As you rocket ship your hands up, keep stretching even taller, and then open your hands gently up to the height of your shoulders. Draw your fingertips back in towards your heart. Allow your elbows to drop. Rocket ship way up, up, up and away, and out and around. I'm sorry, I'm swinging my eye. So fingertips come in, elbows will drop, rocket ship to lift, open wide, last one, just like this. Fingertips in, allow your elbows to drop, rocket ship up, up, up and away, and then open to the height of your shoulders. Right hand on your thigh, or you can bring it back to your chair. Allow your left palm to lift up, take a breath. And when you're ready, lift that hand even taller to the sky. Again, remember we're working on our peace fingers or our little bunny ears to the ceiling, okay? So draw your thumb over your ring and pinky fingers, okay? And that left hand is reaching up towards the sky. Yeah, nice. Big deep breath in. One more. When you're ready, relax your left arm back down towards your leg. Let the hand rest on the thigh. Take your right hand into the middle. And like you were stirring up the grain for the animals, make some big giant swoops. And then pause. Gently reverse your direction. Once again, just nice, easy movement. It's coming high from the shoulder and stir it. And then your right hand stays heavy and low. As you exhale, pull the elbow. You're giving that bucket of feed to the index. Lower it down. And again, exhale, pull, gentle twist, and release. Good. Two more. Exhale with that gentle pull. And last one, gentle pull. Good. Right elbow stays high. Good. Stretch up and onto your diagonal. If that feels okay, you can take the hand even go over your head. If that still feels okay, really you're finding where it feels good to you. Nice big deep breath. One more. Wonderful. When you're ready, try your best to sit up nice and tall. Good. And then you can bring your left foot back in. And as you do, give yourself a gentle little march with your feet. All right, so you will have the option now to stand up. If you'd rather stay in your chair, that is perfectly fine. I'll offer options for that as well. But if you're interested in standing up, please make sure your space is nice and clear. No props, no personal items. Hands on the chair or crossed at your heart or hybrid, one of each, okay? Make sure your nose is over your toes, pressing deep into the feet. Take your time. And when you're ready, you're welcome to come to standing. If you prefer to stay in your chair, that is also just fine. Okay. If you have a chair and you need to move it so you can see on your computer, go for it. Otherwise, just wander to the back of your chair. Okay. If you're going to remain in the chair, that is perfectly fine. Just make sure you're still sitting close to the edge of the chair. Okay. So everybody bring your feet closer together, even if you're seated. That inner hips distance apart, hands on the chair. If you're standing behind the chair, I'm going to turn on. Keep your shoulders back. Stand up as tall as you can. Feel your feet press down. If you're still seated in your chair, push your feet and your hands into the chair. See if you can get longer through the crown of your head. Okay, so everybody's building and working on spinal length right now. Feel your spine tall, either if your feet are pushing into the floor, or if your feet are pushing into the floor and your knees are also forward if you're. All right, nice big deep breath in and out. If you're standing behind your chair, take a little step off to the side so that your left leg is close to the chair and your left hand is on the chair. Okay. If you're seated in the chair, you are going to use just your right foot to lift. Okay. Standing at the chair, bend your right knee and then right hand on your hip. Okay. Same thing if you're seated, right hand on your hip. From the standing position, elevate your right foot off and stay here. If you need to put your toes down, that's fine. If you're still seated in the chair, lift that right foot up. Okay, we are all in our flamingo pose. Right knee is up and we're holding strong as flamingos here. One leg balance stance or one leg seated balance, okay? Take a deep breath. Everybody relax the right foot down. Good. If you are standing behind the chair, move laterally over, change your mind, come back, change your mind, and come back to the left side. All right. If you're in the chair, you can just do a march in your seated place. Okay. Let's do our second side. So standing, right hand on the chair, secured. Right foot is your leg that will become your stationary flamingo leg. Left knee comes up and hold the foot in the air. If you're still seated, this time the left knee comes up. Left hand on the hip too. I want to give that flamingo a little attitude. Yeah. All right, staying right there. Nice and tall with the whole body. Nice and strong with that left quad, that left leg. Find the breath. Inhale. One more nice big deep breath. Fantastic. When you're ready, left leg comes down for everybody. If you're seated, just march. If you're standing behind the chair, we're going to do those lateral steps again. Just stepping nice and wide behind your chair. Good. We'll end on your right side one more time. We're going to do this one more time each way. Okay, so we've got a flock of flamingos here. Left foot is down, shoulders back, heart space is open. Bend your right knee and lift that right knee up. I don't know, Janet, I don't know what a flock of flamingos are called. We worked on our owls last week.
I'll have to check it out.
You're becoming our bird expert. Thank you so much. All right, we learned last week, right foot comes down. Good, and then we'll step behind the chair. Does anybody remember? I do. We were talking about owls last week. And a flock or a group of owls. If you remember, shout it out. I know we're all on mute. Yes, I know, Margaret. Parliament? Is that what you said? A flock of owls is a parliament. All right. So I don't know what flamingos are. All right. Right foot is down. Right hand is on your chair. You're big and tall with the body. Left heel is coming up. Left knee is coming up. And hold it in the air. Remember, if you are seated in your chair, we are still a big flock of flamingos with attitude. Elbows wide. Yes. Puff out those elbows. Nice big lift. Stay true to the breath. Don't hold it. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath. Can we do it? First we can. We are a flock of flamingos. All right. Relax your left foot down. Nice. When you're ready, we'll step behind. Seated in the chair, just do some more marching.
Believe it or not, Katie, flamingos, it's a flamboyance of flamingos.
Oh, get out. That is fabulous. A flamboyance of flamingos. Well, that is certainly us, isn't it? All right. Well done, everybody. Please stand behind your chair if you're still standing. Give your shoulders that roll back. If you're seated in the chair, push deep into your feet. Lift up, everybody nice and tall. Take your right arm up. Pull it out into a cactus. Nice big deep breath. Good. Pull the elbow in. So your thumb is pointing to your nose. Elbow nice and wide. Good. 2 more. Hug that elbow in and wide. Last one. Nice big drawing inward action and then open wide. Good. Relax as if you take your paintbrush across your body, make some nice big wide paint strokes. Right hand comes in. Take a breath. Left arm goes up. Elbow pulls out wide into your cactus. From here, roll the thumb closer to your nose and then sweep the arm up. Beautiful. And again, thumb points to your nose and nice and wide. Good. And again, thumb in and wide. Beautiful. Now reach up and like you were painting some beautiful brush strokes on a canvas, just bring those arms all the way down. Awesome. Both hands back to your chair. If you're standing, you can walk your heels back into that little bit of an L shape. Okay, if you are seated in your chair, simply take your hands to your lap and lean forward just a little bit. You might want to widen the stance, so feet are out a little wider. Okay, take a nice big deep breath, soften your jaw. Everybody take a breath out. If you are with your hips back at the elbows, look to your chair and launder your toes back. Make sure you stand up nice and tall one more time. Big deep breath in and breath out. Fantastic. We will wander back to our chair. If you have that yoga block, please make sure you bring it with you one more time. Okay. And then we will all sit down. So if you want to get nice and close to your chair, feel the back of the chair with your knees, then you can gently scoot your hips back, use your hands if you wish. If you're just seated in the chair already, make sure you're forward. Again, if you have a block, grab it. If you don't, but you have a pillow or a cushion nearby, it will work. We are driving the bus to the zoo right now. Pull the outer edges. Arms are long, nice strong extension. And then we're rotating the block up and down, okay? You are driving a bus full of animals. Okay, keep the arms long. We're building some good strength into the upper back, into your shoulders, into your chest. Beautiful. All right, pause here. Take one hand, beat the horn 3 times, right in the middle. 3, 2, 1. Hold the block. Go back, swivel. You're still driving through our zoo. All right, now take the opposite hand, beat the horn 3 more times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Back to driving the bus. It's like Jim and his bison are standing on our path. All right, last time, left hand. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hands back. Good. Nice and gentle. Hold those hands wide right here. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drive the bus. If you had missed Jim's joke from earlier, Jim told us, what did the buffalo say, or the father buffalo say to his son as he went to school? I may have jumbled it up a little, but I think you'll get the joke. Ready? He said, bison, bison. Get it? All right. That's Jim's joke, not mine. All right, deep breath, stretch up. Exhale. Pull your block down. Good. Hold your block on your lap or your pillow. We are going to do a little vocal work using our lion's breath. So I highly encourage your water or your beverage close by. This does sort of use a lot of vocal work. And it is important that we have a sip of water afterwards. Okay, so you can start with a sip if you like. All right. So to begin, I do want you to swallow and sit up nice and tall. The big fun part about lion's breath is getting to stick your tongue out nice and far. Okay, so start with that. Stick your tongue out. And then actually, if you can, I know this is a little crazy, but stick it down towards your chin. Ah, there you go. All right, now Draw your tongue back in, swallow. And this time, I want you to look up towards your eyebrows. Okay? All right, and then back to center. Now, if that makes you dizzy at all, or you don't like lifting your eyebrows, keep your keep your eyes focused forward. But as you get ready for lion's breath, the tongue goes out and down, the eyes go up, and you make kind of a big roaring noise, like a lion. All right, so we'll do it 3 times and then take a water break. If you'd like to join me, go ahead. All right, inhale. Nice big deep breath. Here you go. As you exhale, tongue out, eyes up. Nice big deep breath. Draw your tongue back in, eyes back to straight. And again, nice big deep breath. Here we go. Draw your tongue back in, eyes to straight. Swallow if you'd like. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Good. Draw your tongue back in, eyes to straight. Swallow. And if you'd like to take a sip of water, feel free. All right, so lion's breath is great for helping to regulate the nervous system. It helps to even calm the body, but it also can help energize really nicely, okay? And I swear it is a true yoga pose. I didn't make it up just to fit in today's theme, okay? So let's try it one more time, all right? Hands on the block, because it's good to have your hands to push into as you're sticking out your tongue. Nice big deep breath. Here we go. Tongue out, eyes up. And take a breath. Try it again. Inhale, tongue out. Use that breath coming from deep in the diaphragm. Good. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Here we go. Exhale. Draw your tongue back in. Have a sip of water if you wish. Take a nice big deep breath. And just notice how you're feeling. Do you feel like you got some kind of a cleansing exercise too? Do you feel a little fresher, a little freer? All right. If you have your yoga block still, set it down on the outside of your right foot. Keeping it nice and close to the right pinky toe. Take your left heel, press it out and onto the diagonal. And then bring your foot across, crisscross at your ankle. And then press your heel out and bring it back. Good. Once more. Heel out and bring it back. Good. If you can, leave that left foot crisscrossed, go for it. If you'd like to, lift it up so it's resting on the block. That's okay too. And if it's in your practice and feels comfortable on your hips to bring the foot all the way up and rest it on your your quad, that's okay too. Everybody sit up nice and tall, whichever variation you're taking, okay? Good. These are our pigeon pose. Lifting up through the heart, take a breath. Good. If it feels okay, you're welcome to do a little bit of a forward fold. Not much, just a little if that feels all right. Okay. It would be really hard to talk about the zoo without talking about pigeons, wouldn't it? Nice big deep breath in. One more time. Nice big deep breath. When you are ready, let your spine get tall, lengthen up. See if you can lift your foot up without using your hands. Yeah, nice. And then let that knee just roll in and out very, very gently, easily. Great work. All right, as you are ready, we'll begin our second side. So let your left foot come down. If you use the block or you think you want it on this side, move it to the left pinky toe. And then when you're ready, stretch your right heel out just a little bit on that diagonal and crisscross it over. Okay, so you're pressing the heel out and away and drawing it back to crisscross. Press the heel out and away and draw it back to crisscross. Good. One more, out and away. Crisscross, keeping it nice and close. If you wish, you can bring it up a little higher. pinky toe resting on the block, so you get this good rotation of the knee, rotation to the thigh. If it still feels okay, you are welcome to bring it higher if that is comfortable and in your practice. And then everybody work to lift your spine nice and long. Think about those pigeons. They have a really big, broad, proud chest. See if you can create that really big, broad, proud chest as well. And if you like that little bit of a hinge, you can take it, forward fold just a tiny bit. Find your breath right here. One more time, nice big deep breath. Beautiful. Then pushing gently into your, raising your chest, sitting up nice and tall. Again, see if you can lift your leg without using your hands. Yeah, nice work, everyone. Roll the knee in and out just a little bit here. Fantastic. Allowing both feet to come together and scoot your block out of the way if you have one. And come into our camel pose here at our zoo. Okay, so both hands start on the limb. Left hand will start low. And see if you can make a pretty good sized circle going around. You can go with the thumb and then switch so your pinky finger goes back. Feel free to continue lengthening your spine, nice big rotation. And then eventually let your hand come to your hip. And then take your elbow wide, hug your elbow narrow. Take your elbow wide and hug it narrow. Okay. Keep this going, and then this time keep the elbow back. So you're hiding it kind of back behind you as much as you can. Sit up nice and tall, and from the middle of your back, lift up through your heart, lift up through your eyes, lift up through your chin if it feels okay. So you're creating a nice back bend for yourself. Right hand is still on your thigh, left elbow is back. Good, deep breath. Awesome. When you're ready, start to lower your chin, start to lower your eyes, start to pull back in through the belly. Take your left hand and as if you're kind of bringing the torso forward by uncranking that arm, start to bring it forward. And if it feels okay, let the hand rest on the lap, hinging forward, or if it's okay in your body, forearms can come down and soften your eye gaze to the floor, soften your neck and your jaw. Great work. Nice big deep breath in. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, lift your eyes just a little bit and start to walk your hands back up to sit up nice and tall. We'll take our second side. So left hand stays on the lap, right hand goes low, and then we take those bigger circles going back. Okay, so we're working on your back bend here, working on that upper back strength. The last one, let your hand come to your hip, and the elbow puffs out and hugs back. Okay, this is helping to open the muscles in through your back, in through your chest. Good, open and hug back. Good. Last one, keeping the elbow behind, then sit up a little taller. Start to lift up through the heart space. See if you can imagine being pushed from the center of your upper back up. Start to lift your eyes. Start to lift your chin. Nice big deep breath. 2 more times. Deep breath in. 1 more time. Nice big deep breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, lowering your eyes, lowering your chin, softening through the body. Left hand stays where it is. Take the right hand and start to do those gentle forward circles. And then eventually bring your hand back to your lap. But if it feels okay, both hands can come forward. Soften your gaze, look down towards the floor. Nice, gentle, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale one more time. Nice big deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Walking your hands up to your lap, to your hips, spine long, come all the way. Big seat. Inhale, touch the sky with both hands. And then exhale, both hands back at your heart space. Beautiful. All right. Continuing in our little tour of the zoo animals today, we are going to make a little bit of face yoga relate to our animals. We are starting with fishy lips. Okay. So if you need your fingers to push in towards your cheeks, trying to get close. Let your cheeks come in and turn into fishy lips. Okay, release, give yourself a smile. All right, bringing those fishy lips back together. You can use your fingers if you need to. Oh, mine's making noise. All right, pause, smile. All right, now frown. Now smile again. Good. Smile big with your eyes if you can. Really give a squinty smile. All right, and then pause one more time. If you want to give yourself a little massage as you're doing this, go ahead. All right, last time. Fishy lips, so you can use your fingers to push into the corners of your cheeks here. All right, sweep those fingers away. Big giant smile. Big frown. Big giant smile. Hold the smile. Teethy grin. Ah. Oh, one more lion's breath. Stick your tongue out. All right, draw your tongue in. Take a moment to swallow. Grab a sip of water. If you have one, take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Nice big exhale through your nose. One more time. Nice big deep breath in through your nose. And out through your nose. Beautiful. One more time, adding the hands. Inhale like the butterfly. Exhale, push your butterfly wings away. Good. Two more like that. Inhale, butterfly the arms up. And press the hands away. Awesome. Last one. Nice big deep breath. This time bring your hands together and allow them to migrate like our monarchs back to our heart space. Nice big deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. If you are comfortable seated right where you are, you're welcome to stay. If you'd like to move to a more comfortable chair, if you'd like to move to a recliner, go for it. If you want to simply take a pillow behind you, if you're cool and you want to wrap your sweater or your blanket, sweatshirt, whatever you might have handy, please feel free to do so. We are looking to be nice and comfortable for a few minutes. So finding something that warms the body often makes us more comfortable. Finding our way to be just a little bit more relaxed perhaps. So feel free to even prop your feet up. Sometimes that feels really wonderful. And then once you're comfortable here, you can massage your hands a little bit and take your hands even back to that upper part of your neck where your shoulders and your neck attach. Tend to hold a lot of tension up there, so feel free to give a little massage, even massage into your collarbones, into the front of the body a little. Move that down your hands into your fingers, and then very, very gently, just let your hands rest wherever they would like. If you can close your eyes and that makes you comfortable, feel free. I'm going to share just a few little words in our Shavasana here from Thich Nhat Hanh. So take a nice big deep breath. And as you exhale, simply soften and breathe. When we stop speaking and thinking and enjoy deeply our own in and out breath, We are enjoying being in our true home, and we can touch deeply the wonders of life. When you breathe in, you bring all yourself together. Body and mind, you become one. Equipped with that energy of mindfulness and concentration, you may take a step. And if you take one mindful step, you can take another and another and another. You have the insight that this is your true home. You are alive. You are fully present. You are touching life as a reality. Your true home is a solid reality that you can touch with your feet, your hands, and your mind. There is a concentration on your in-breath that will make your body and mind come together in just one moment. And suddenly, you find yourself fully present and alive. So gently begin. Take a deeper breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling. Free to come back to our space here and let your fingers rub across one another like you had a little marble that you are rolling in your hands. Feel free to wiggle your toes. When you're ready, you can begin to sit up a little taller if you've relaxed in your chair. Just find yourself intentionally bringing your spine a little bit. Taking your hands back to your heart, you can make that butterfly shape one more time if you wish. You can turn your palms to face one another. Find yourself coming back to your intention. It is from my heart to yours that I smile and say thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being on this animal adventure with me and with all of us. It is an honor and it is a joy for me to be here with all of you. I hope you have a wonderful day and a very, very sweet week. Thank you again for being here. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, I appreciate you being here with us.